Hello, Cary. How are you?
So, hi, Bonnie. We love Toronto. We love Ontario.
We know you do.
Canada. We
I've
love
spoken
Canada.
to you here many a time.
Oh, wait, remind me of our last interview. When was that?
Oh my goodness, the last time I think I spoke to you when you were here was for Stranger Things
Oh my gosh, that's
with
right.
Dacre,
Yeah, sure, that's right.
right?
We were in the arcade together.
That's correct. Good memory. And then look at you, so many years later, you guys do Dead Men's Wire
I know,
together.
isn't
How
that
cool,
great?
right?
I mean, honestly, when they told me he was coming to play, I said, oh, we love Dacre. He's the greatest. We had the greatest time together. I'm very fond of Dacre.
I love that movie. I got to talk to Gus for that.
Oh,
Wow. Well,
good.
anyway,
Oh, good.
we
How
yeah.
great. Huh?
Seriously, thrill of my life. I love Gus, but I
He's
digress because let us talk about MIA. Oh
okay.
my God, you are so good in this. I watched the entire series. I have to
Great.
tell you. And I love the fact that your character, Kincaid, he's this private eye. He's kind of reminds me of this Elmore Leonard type, hard
Yes.
boiled PI, right?
Exactly.
But you have played so many iconic heroes and some villains in your career. Where does he sit on your moral spectrum?
You know, he's a guy who once had a moral backbone, but because of he's crippled financially,
Yeah.
he's forced to uh, to take jobs and be hired by people who have questionable ethics, if I can put it that way, Bonnie. And
Yes.
so this season we explore Kincaid really rediscovering his moral compass, which I had a great fun time playing.
I was going to say, and also just being a part of that Miami, that underworld. I would think when you got this offer to you, Cary, and it was by you knew that it was, by the creator of Ozark. Like I would think, no brainer, I'm in.
No brainer. I mean, you had me at O of Ozark when they told me. Yeah. Once they said Bill was involved, I said, okay, when do we sign on? And yeah, Bill always delivers. He's great at writing character-driven pieces, but he's also an extraordinary storyteller as a whole. And
Yeah,
uh, he's brilliant at cliffhangers. He's brilliant at developing characters that you care about, right? He has themes that he likes to explore, obviously, which is murder and drugs and the effects of these crimes on people and families and individuals and friends. And so we lean into that very heavily in this show. But it's not like anything you've ever seen because it's so exciting to watch.
yes.
It is a crime drama, but it's an action thriller as well. I mean, it's like a grab you by the seat of your pants show where it just won't let up, you know?
I agree. It's very gritty. I know it's a Peacock, and we're getting in here in Canada as well, obviously, because I'm talking to you. But I have to say, even the first episode that's debuting on NBC, that's pretty bold, I think, because that first episode, holy mackerel! Like, I mean,
Right?
this does not sugarcoat anything. The show,
Uh,
is that what you
uh,
love mostly about it?
yeah, I do. I love the cast too. I got to work with Shannon Hisela, who plays
Oh,
Etta, is just remarkable in this part. As is Brittany and Dylan, who are
yeah,
her own family. Um, Yeah, it's I was so wonderfully taken with this cast. Um, a lot of them I'd known from watching other shows they'd been in, but I never worked with any of them before. And so I just fell in love with them all. They were all so talented and wonderful people that we all ended up bonding on this show. And that was
yeah.
the thing.
I would think you would have to have a strong bond when you're making a show like this because it's so dark. Like I said, there's not a lot of laughs going on in this show. There's a lot
No.
of hard times, especially for Shannon's character. My goodness.
Yeah, and she lent right into that. I mean, what a powerhouse she is.
Yeah,
We're all very proud of her. As the titular character of the show, she had to really drive the whole series. And man, she
yeah,
just grabs you and won't let go. She's
big
great.
time. I'm a huge fan now. Honestly, I'd never really seen her in
Oh,
very much
oh.
before this. Just before we wrap up, I have to say, Carrie, like I said to you, I've interviewed you many times. But the very first time that we got to meet was at the Toronto Film Festival for The Princess Bride.
Right.
We're going back a few years.
1987, Bonnie, but
Yeah.
who's counting, right?
Who's counting? I mean, I'm only 25, so I don't understand how that works. But
Exactly.
now, so I remember you, and I love seeing the trajectory of your career because you're so fantastic, Cary. But I have to ask you, you are now reuniting with Mel Brooks in
Yes.
a Taika Waititi film about
Yes.
young Frankenstein. Can you please tell me a little bit about this? Like, I even interviewed you for Men in Tights too, so I am so excited
Yeah,
about it.
it's it's obviously a sequel to the film. It's very young Frankenstein. And, I couldn't be more thrilled. Again, when Mel told me that it was going to be Taika directing,
Wow.
I was like, okay, what do I sign on? He turned out to be the most extraordinary, just a talented, obviously brilliantly talented director, but a wonderful guy, just a
Sure.
wonderful, funny, beautiful human being. And we had a great time making it. I can't tell you too much. They want to keep a lot of it under wraps,
I get it.
but it's a fun ride. I'm telling you that Taika did it.
I cannot wait. The fact that Mel Brooks is still going strong.
He's
I hope he
working
goes
on,
for another
you know,
120 years.
Tony,
Oh my,
at one point he was like, "Oh, I'm retired. That's it." I said, "Really? You're working more than I am at
he's
at,
amazing.
at
He's a
99,
gift.
extraordinary. He never stops. He's got the next
Yes,
space
Spaceballs.
out. I mean, and he did the history of the world for Amazon. I mean, I'm like, dude, you're working more now than ever.
It's amazing. Well, so are you. And I'm so happy that you are because, like I said, you just knock it out of the park in this series. My fingers crossed that there's going to be a season two because that was a cliffhanger at the end. So
Right?
can't wait. Can't wait.
From your lips. Thank you so much,
Oh,
Bonnie.
thank you for your time. Always a pleasure. And come on back to Toronto so we can talk in person
Always
again. Okay.
appreciate
All right, Cary. Take care. Have a great day.
you,
Thank you.
Bonnie.